Aspire to a clean career, leaving no shame for descendants. Hello everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Case Stories, Cases Judged by Bao Gong. Today, I'm going to bring you a story called Money Makes the Mare Go. There's an old saying. Money makes the mare go. But why do people say this? Simply put, it means that things you normally couldn't achieve can be done with money alone. A sum of money could even make a ghost obey commands, let alone a person. Some also say, money can communicate with the gods. People believe that gods are all-powerful, yet they still require offerings from humans. So what about ghosts? In today's world, people talk about money all the time. Just look, those with wealth can rise to high positions in the blink of an eye, while those without it struggle just to live as ordinary citizens. The rich have everything at their fingertips, enjoying endless luxury, while the poor can barely scrape by, living meal to meal in constant hardship. Strangely enough, some people spend their whole lives chasing wealth, yet they remain penniless, while others don't care much about money, yet it flows to them effortlessly. It's as if money has a will of its own. Try to grasp it, and it slips away. Ignore it, and it comes to you. But who can truly understand such a mysterious thing? Now, back to our story. In the bustling city of Dongjing, there was a man named Zhang Daizhao. He seemed a little dull and never put much thought into wealth. However, he was remarkably frugal, and over the years, he managed to amass a considerable fortune. Because of this, people jokingly called him Zhang the Millionaire. Next door to him lived Li Bushi, a sharp and intelligent man, but one who spent money as fast as he earned it. No matter how much passed through his hands, it never stayed. Li Bushi often looked at Zhang Daizhao's growing wealth and felt both frustrated and envious. How can a fool like him be rich while I, so clever and capable, can't save a single coin? This resentment ate away at him, and eventually, he grew ill and passed away. But even in death, Li Bushi couldn't let it go. His restless spirit went straight to Bao Gong and filed a complaint against the god of wealth, claiming he had distributed riches unfairly. In his formal accusation, he wrote, "I believe that if someone is destined to be extremely wealthy, it's written in their fate. However, achieving modest wealth is entirely within a person's own effort. If someone's fortune is meager, changing their fate against the heavens is impossible, but with enough effort, at least they won't end up too badly off." Why is it that some people are born into prosperity, living a life of wealth and never hearing of them needing only a few chickens or pigs to ensure their family's pots are always filled with food, and their tables always have delicious dishes? Yet those with little fortune, no matter how hard they try, can never become wealthy. Even when they work tirelessly, planting in the spring and weaving in the winter, when harvest time comes, they still can't fill their bellies or stay warm. After the rain, when the sky clears, there are oxen plowing the fields, and the poor only see their grain stalks slightly increase. In the village, bathed in the bright moonlight and filled with the fragrance of flowers, the wealthy don't need to till the land, and not even a dog barks. The grain in their storage never diminishes. How can the world be so unfair? Don't the gods see this? When I was alive, I didn't understand it, but now, after my death, I must seek the truth. I hereby submit my grievance. Bao Gong read through the accusation and then asked. The god of wealth is responsible for distributing fortune among people. Why are you suing him? Li Bushi replied, because he has failed to distribute wealth fairly. Bao Gong considered this and then asked, Tell me, why do you believe his distribution is unjust? Li Bushi said, Look at the world today. The rich live like gods, floating above the clouds. If they want power, they get it. If they pray for divine favor, they receive it. If they want someone dead, that person dies. If they want someone to live, they live. But the poor? Their lives are like imprisonment. If they try to do business, they're cheated. If they farm the land, famine strikes. They can't die, yet they can hardly survive. We are all human, so why is wealth so unevenly divided? Bao Gong shook his head. You're mistaken. Whether a person becomes rich or not depends on their own effort and their ability to save. Li Bushi argued. Take Zhang Daizhao of Dongjing, for example. He's a simpleton, yet he has more wealth than he could ever use. I, on the other hand, am intelligent, yet no matter how hard I work, I can't make money. By your reasoning, effort determines wealth. Then shouldn't I, Li Bushi, be far richer than Zhang Daizhao? If you truly seek fairness, Bao Gong, summon Zhang Daizhao and examine him properly. Bao Gong agreed and sent ghostly messengers to bring Zhang Daizhao before him. When Zhang arrived, Bao Gong asked Zhang Daizhao, How did you become so wealthy? Did you do something dishonest? Zhang Daizhao looked bewildered. I have no idea. I don't scheme, I don't do business, but I do like to save. I save a penny today, a penny tomorrow, and before I know it, I have saved a lot. Bao Gong frowned. That's not a clear answer. So he summoned the official responsible for distributing wealth and asked. As the god of wealth, why are you biased? You made a fool into a rich man while letting a wise man suffer in poverty. The god of wealth answered. I have not shown favoritism. In fact, I have been entirely fair. Bao Gong asked, Why do you say that? The god of wealth replied. Money is alive. It can be used for good, or it can be used for evil. Many people amass wealth through wicked means, scheming against others, harming them, oppressing them. And tell me, aren't those who do such things usually the clever ones? I despise such cunning people, so I do not grant them wealth, lest they use it to commit even greater evil. As for those who appear foolish, when they receive money, they neither invest it nor manipulate others with it. They simply hoard it under their pillows, beside their beds, too afraid to spend it recklessly. Such people are not truly obsessed with wealth, they merely accumulate it unknowingly. I call them money hoarders. That is why, when I distribute fortune, I grant wealth to those who are simple-minded, like Zhang Daizhao, people who will not squander it recklessly. As for Li Bushi, he is cunning by nature. If he has no money, he cannot commit wrongdoing. But if I were to give him great wealth, he would only become greedier, always chasing after more. No amount would ever satisfy him. Now, tell me, Bao Gong, do you still think my distribution is unfair? Bao Gong thought for a moment and said. You are right. If the wicked use money to commit evil, then it is indeed wasted on them. Since Li Bushi is deceitful by nature, let him remain poor in his next life as well. But if wealth is never spent, then what is the point of having it? Silver and gold were made to circulate. If the rich are willing to use their wealth for good, helping those in need, doesn't that give money even greater value? Hoarding wealth without ever using it serves no purpose. When one dies, they cannot take it with them. It is far better to use money to aid others, for doing good earns virtue, and it would also prevent people from thinking that you, the god of wealth, are unjust in your distribution. With that, Bao Gong ordered the god of wealth to alter Zhang Daizhao's fortune, ensuring he would have enough to eat and drink, but no longer allowing him to hoard excessive riches. Finally, Bao Gong wrote his ruling. Human desire is endless. People always want more. But the laws of nature dictate that the excess should supplement the lacking. That's why, in most cases, those who work hard have surplus, while the lazy go without. This is also how one can change their fate through effort. However, if the clever and capable are made poor while the dull and foolish are made rich, over time, people will start to believe that ignorance is the better choice. If that happens, who will still strive to learn and improve their wisdom? People often say that fate is bestowed by the heavens and cannot be changed. But in my view, blindly blaming fate is wrong. As long as one has ambition and works hard, humans are not necessarily powerless against destiny. As for Li Bushi, his problem was not that he was too clever, but that he was deceitful. That has nothing to do with intelligence. His punishment remains, he shall remain poor in his next life. And Zhang Daizhao? All he does is hoard wealth. Even if he were given a mountain of gold, it would be meaningless. I rule that he shall have enough to eat and drink, but no more than that. The rest of his fortune shall be reclaimed by the god of wealth, so that people will not question the fairness of his distributions. From now on, this principle should remain in human society. Great wealth is destined by fate, the result of generations of accumulated virtue. Modest wealth, however, is achieved through human effort. Officials must also judge cases according to the law. The people must never believe that the rich may live while the poor must die. If this is upheld, then the common folk will not resent their rulers, and the rulers themselves will be spared divine punishment. With that, Bao Gong closed the case. Then, he turned to the god of wealth and said, "You must also adjust your thinking. Do not be too extreme. If a wealthy person uses their fortune for good deeds, you may allow them to prosper even more. But if someone uses their wealth to commit evil, then you may make them even poorer." The god of wealth sighed and said, "Alas, people are far too obsessed with money. They do not realize that wealth cannot be forced. If one is not meant to have it, no matter how hard they scheme to obtain it, sooner or later, it will slip through their fingers." Alright. Today's case story, Money Makes the Mare Go, concludes here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Feel free to leave your comments and share with others. See you again in the next issue.